See if you can hear me. I have like nothing to show you guys this week. Time just keeps going by faster and faster. Hello, and welcome to episode 105. As soon as I start talking, that's when you go. Hello, and welcome to my little corner of the internet. This is episode 105 of the Once Upon a Corgi Podcast, a Crafty Puppy Interrupted podcast coming to you from Southern Connecticut. I'm your human host, Gabby, and you can find me everywhere online as Gabbigales and on my hand-dyed yarn at Once Upon a Corgi and onceuponacorgi.com. We have a pretty short episode for you this week because like I predicted, the second I made a list of things to do, I promptly ignored all of them. But we have been working very hard on the advent calendars, so that's why. So with that, I have my pumpkin coffee. We have a cool breeze because it's raining. And let's get into some sweaters. But before we do that, I do have one announcement. We have the trunk show going on. Stop. We have a trunk show going on at Yarn Social out in Kansas City. Hi. And that is going on until August 25th. So if you're in the Kansas City area, stop by. It looks amazing. And I'm really sad I couldn't be there in person. The other announcement is we're still ironing out the details and we don't have anything totally put together because this year has just flown by. The Pumpkin Make-Along, which is our yearly pumpkin extravaganza that my fellow Pum Queen and I host, Joanna from the Stitching the High Notes podcast, is happening this year. It will be starting on September 1st, and we will have more details out soon as we figure them out. But it is basically make anything pumpkin related, themed, smelling, colored, inspired, whatever, as long as it is pumpkin-y, because pumpkin is the best season of all, the pumpkin season. Okay, with that, let us get into the crafting. I have a finished object. I have two finished objects, which is also what I am wearing. I have finished my test knit for the Violet Baudelaire crop top by Melissa of Skeinanigans and Skeinanigans Designs. Don't know if that's all one thing, but I'm making it. I knit this out of my hand-dyed yarn using my Isaac base, which is 100% superwash Polworth in the Hearth colorway, and Ravishing for the collar. She designed this using my hand-dyed yarn, so I will be having kits going up in the shop soon for this. I love this top, despite Iron's interruptions for it. I did make some changes. The pattern calls for a detachable collar being held together with a ribbon. I had no ribbon. Can I help you? What? Yeah? What? Thank you. Why do you bite my chin? I'm really glad I didn't wear lipstick today. In the pattern, it calls for a detachable Peter Pan collar held together with a ribbon, and you can put a button in the back to make sure it stays secure. That was my plan. Unfortunately, I had no ribbon. I did have some ribbon with bees on it, but that was not what I was looking for. And I decided I was going to leave the collar on all the time anyway, so I simply did a very loose running stitch attaching the collar to the neck ribbing. I lined them up on my mannequin, which I got on Amazon, and pinned everything down, and then just did a very loose running stitch while the mannequin was wearing it, so I knew that it would stretch out. Bless you. Are you done? No. No. Never. Never done. Woo! Okay, where was I? I did the collar. I did the short sleeve version of this. She also has a 3/4 length sleeve version. It was a top-down knit, so super easy to adjust. I followed the measurements directions all the way. I think I showed, yeah, I wore this last week on the episode, and I just love it. I kind of want to knit a 3/4 length sleeve version of this. I do want to get a ribbon to put on this eventually, but since it'll be purely decorative, I'm in no rush. And I love it so much. It's super comfy. It's just got I want to say like 0 ease in it, which is just how I like most of my sweaters. It hits right at my natural waist. I think in the back it goes up a little bit higher, but that's fine. It's just, I love this sweater. I also really enjoy this color. I don't know what it is, but like these deep brown neutrals are just stealing my soul away. So that is finished object and what I am wearing. Number 1, this pattern is coming out, I believe, in September. I could be mistaken. I want to say end of September. I hope so, because this is amazing. My other finished object is, let's see if we can stand up, my tulip skirt. I don't know if you can see this. Ta-da! I have finished it. This is a pattern by Sew Over London. I just used this black, it's probably a polyester cotton blend I got in the Halloween section of Joann's. I did add pockets. I love them. I put in the zipper. I ended up doing a machine stitching for the hem, which you probably can't see. I don't know if you can see anything right now, so I'm gonna sit down. I ended up doing the machine blind hem for the bottom of the skirt, and I did hand stitch the waistband down. I just finished it at like 11 o'clock at night last Friday, so I felt like a machine stitch was worth it. And this is Tulip skirt number 2 for me, and I really enjoy this pattern. It's super wearable, it's really flattering, it's super easy to make. I have a feeling more will be in my future. So those are both of my finished objects and also what I am wearing today, because it's not a dye day, so I can dress up a little bit. Although I kind of want to dye today, but I can't. Moving on to works in progress. I have not made a ton of work time. Nope. I haven't put a big dent in anything that I said I would. I did not finish spinning the Cheviot fiber. I'm getting pretty close to filling up both bobbins, and I have maybe an ounce left over of the braid, so I may just call it quits on that and save those for blending in with something, or see if Adrian wants to use them for anything. I mostly just want to start spinning my Illyrian wings. Hello, beautiful. I'm so scared. I'm like starting to felt this poor bat. Yes, so the only thing I have to show you is my Marettimo pullover by Caitlin Hunter. Let me grab it. It's gracefully over here. And I've moved this into my Faces of the Moon Matter Root bag, which I love so much. Oh my, sorry. The cat just licked up a giant dog and or cat hairball and was trying to eat it. God, what is happening today? I only had like half a cup of, no, 1.5 cups of coffee. Where was I? This is in my Faces of the Moon Matter Root bag, and I am knitting this out of Bad Wolf Girl Studios on her sock base. I believe this is an 80-20 merino, maybe 75-25. I lost the tags. No, I didn't. They're right here. Oh God. So I'm knitting this on her 75-25 superwash merino nylon base in the Haggard colorway, a one-of-a-kind version. She overdyed a little bit darker for me because she's a sweetheart. And a one-of-a-kind Galaxy colorway on her Superwash Merino nylon and Stellina base. And I also have my ginger base, which is also my Stellina base, in Nightmares Plus 10 mixed in here because it does call for 3 colors, and we are a tangly mess. There it is. So here we are. I have to put a progress keeper on it. I have not done that. We are in the body. We are doing helical knitting to alternate the skeins. They are a little bit different. They're pretty close, but this one's a little bit more purple than this guy. And it's knitting up beautifully. I am just smitten with how this is turning. I'm not totally sure how long I want to make this. The pattern calls for 15 inches from the cast on edge. I haven't really checked to see where I'm at right now. Let's see. If I had this go to my hips, we got a while to go. Yeah, because I don't know if I want this to be crop. I think if I have this like touch my hip bone, that'll be a really good spot. Because then I can still wear it with like high-waisted jeans or pants, or any of my floral pencil skirts, and it wouldn't be too long that it would look weird. You know, weird. I'm knitting this on my US size 3 Addy Turbo Lace needles, which is what the pattern calls for. And I am just zooming along. It's been my knit group knitting, it's been my TV knitting with Jake, and a little bit of my car knitting when we go Pokemon hunting. I just fell off the trunk. You're supposed to be graceful. Please don't chew on those. Those are needles. Yeah, so not a ton to talk about. I do have to put a progress keeper on that. I think it'll make it go by a little bit faster. And I'm just, I'm so in love with this color so much. It's definitely going to be a red Rhinebeck. So we have Rhinebeck sweater number 1. This will be our Indian Tangled sweater. We have Rhinebeck sweater number 2. I don't know what day this will be. It depends on the weather. It's October in New York. So it could be 50, it could be 70, it could be 80, it could be snowing. We don't know. I don't think we'll know till the day of. And this has just been the majority of my knitting, just that I can show you. I have done some swatches. We're trying to see if we want to knit neckties or pocket squares for the groomsmen for the wedding. It really just depends on like what's going to be the least boring to knit at least 7 times. Because you can't knit groomsmen ties and then not knit Jake a tie for his own wedding. That's just rude. Question is, what do I want to knit 6 times? We don't know. I have no idea. We have to decide soon. We also haven't really figured out. We have their suits picked out. I think we have to go back and like decide on a couple more details. When we went to go pick out the suits, it was already like 8:30, so we shut down Men's Warehouse. Yeah, it was, you know, that was that. So that's kind of what took up a lot of my knitting time this week instead of working on this, which is probably what I'll be picking up in between all the dye layers and whatnot, just because it's at the zoomy point and Rhinebeck's coming up fast. I think we're past the 2-month mark now. I don't know what day it is. That doesn't tell me. Yeah. And that's been my knitting. I haven't touched the socks. We have not gone back to the dog park. It's just been too hot this week to go. Also, work got crazy. But I will show you my tentative 3rd Rhinebeck sweater that I had a like minor epiphany of last week. So the plan is to use this Green Mountain Spinnery in the Ancho colorway. It is on there. Ooh. Sock Art Lana, which is a 2-ply fine wool base, and it is super squishy. It's in the Ancho colorway. It's so lanolin-y and just rusticy wool, and I love it so much. I got this 2 years ago at Rhinebeck. Yeah, because I drove the first year. I got a hotel the second year. We got a house the third year. Yeah, this is my 4th year. Oh my god. Yeah. So I got this a couple years ago, and the plan was to knit the Elbeland. Nope, that's wrong. Elbeland? The Elbeland pullover. This is from Pom Pom Quarterly, nope, not season. Where's your, oh, autumn 2017. So I bought this in 2017. If you can, I will put a photo up too, because this probably is not showing up. Okay, what was I saying? Rhinebeck sweaters. My battery died, so we had to take a little break and fix that. Yeah, it's a long sleeve pullover with a textured body and sleeves. I got this pom-pom the year it came out, so the 2017 Rhinebeck, and then bought this. But Pip and Pin, the designer of the Mount Pleasant top, is coming out with a pullover in September. So I kind of want to knit that instead. It isn't a DK weight. This is a fingering. And I have a worsted weight I could use now that I'm realizing this, that I bought for a DK weight sweater, but I don't listen to directions. Oh, I don't know. So I kind of really want to knit that as my third Rhinebeck sweater because I love her pattern so much as the Mount Pleasant. I think I'm going to die if I knit another one. So my third Rhinebeck sweater might be one of these two. We'll see. I might swatch with both of them and see which one's closest, and then whichever one doesn't work, I'll just use that yarn for the sweater I intended to use it for. I just have so many things. So red Rhinebeck is happening. It's happening fast. I can't wait. Again, not a lot of crafting done this week. Just lots of thinking about crafting. I just really love these yarns. I bought them both for pom-pom sweaters. Yes, that's my plan. I have no other knitting plans after the Rhinebeck sweaters, so we'll see what gets released in the next couple of months. I know I have a ton of yarn with projects already assigned to them. Most of them are shawls. We'll see if I really want to do a shawl. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. The next couple months are going to be so busy, I'm not sure what's going to happen with my crafting mojo. So we will, see what happens when we get there. And that is all my crafting. My crafting goals, I have not touched. I have not gone through my fabric stash. I have not started spinning my Illyrian wings. And I have looked at one sewing pattern. I want to make so many things, but I don't know what I want to make. I just want to sew something. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to have time this week again to sit down and really look at sewing patterns. I have so many things I want to update and fill into my wardrobe. The things I've been making over the couple of years, a couple of skirts have been wearing out. I keep snapping buttons off my my Ariel skirt. Just everything. It's just little bits of everything, but I'm not totally sure what I want to do. My fabric stash is right there, so I just keep looking that way. So with that, let us get into shop update and beyond crafting. If you are not here for either of those and just wanted to see what I am working on, thank you so much for watching. And if you are here for the rest of it, let us continue on. Shop update. I will be having a shop update tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This will be a pre-order shop update for all of our Halloween/fall colorways. So we'll have pre-orders on the Ginger Base, Penny Base, Isaac, Marie Cutie, Fig Lace, and Cecil. Is that all of them? Yes. Yeah. So we'll have a variety fingering weight, our mohair lace, and an Aran weight in case you do want a super cozy fall-y sweater. And we have made some changes. We have one new colorway this year, and we dropped one colorway. But to go off of the classics in order, oh God, skein down. Oh God, oh God, hold on, it's happening. Well, our colorways going up will be Nia, which is our light to medium gray with green, purple, wine, and black speckles. We will have Apple Crumble, which is a reddish pink with speckles of browns and tans. Pumpkin Throne. Nope, Pumpkin King. Pumpkin Throne? Pumpkin Throne. I don't even know what this is called. And that has speckles of black and tans, browns, and hints of blues and greens with little pops of orange. This is our Nightmare Before Christmas colorway. And our newest colorway, Samhain, which is all the colors of Samhain. So we have tans, browns, lots of neutrals with little bits of gold and red and speckles of black. I have a feeling I might make a pair of socks out of these because I need some Rhinebeck socks, obviously. Can't go to Rhinebeck without socks and sweaters. So all of these will be going up as pre-orders. Pre-orders will be open for 2 weeks, and then in September I will start dyeing them to ship them out for you. I'm super excited. I usually don't do pre-orders, but because it's going to be a very busy fall, I think this is going to be the easiest way to maintain the dye lists in a reasonable fashion. That will be at onceuponacorgi.com tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I hope you guys can make it. The rest of this is beyond crafting, so if you are not here for that, thank you so much for the yarny goodness, and let's get into what I've been doing besides crafting. And that has been just this. This is the wedding binder. I cleaned it out, can you tell? That's really what we've been doing. We did we picked out the suits for the groomsmen, and Jake picked out his suit. Thing is more customized than my dress. I went out to find the dress for my maid of honor with her yesterday, so we found that by process of elimination, which was super nice. We found a couple dresses that she really liked, but then they didn't come in the right color, so that was easy. It's just been a lot of that. We're getting the invitations together, and we're going to start shipping those out in November, I think. The plan was September, but there's no way we're going to finish in time, and there's no way we're going to be able to do it in October, so I think that got pushed to November, but that still gives us plenty of time. We're now starting on, it's just everything. This is our life now. We're planning a wedding. But I have been reading. I have reread A Court of Thorns and Roses, no surprise to anyone, because I'm working on the Advent calendar, so I'm halfway through Court of Mist and Fury right now, and I finished reading Burden's Edge by Sever, Bronny, and I'm working on the second book of that series, which is Honor's Price, and it's picked up a lot. I thoroughly enjoyed the second book way more than the first book. The conflict is a little bit more pressing, so everything feels a little bit more real and a lot more refined in his writing. So I'm thoroughly enjoying that. It is one of those young adult novels where they're at the academy trying to learn their magic, and the kingdom has fallen and things are happening and they have to save the world. So that's my go-to, what's it called? Theme. That's the go-to theme. Young adults in schools, mischief happens. Must save with magic. Every time. Gets me every time. That is what I am reading. I am hoping to read the Six of Crows series after Burden's Edge. I have the physical paper books, so I really would like to get back into those. I'm going to give Lord John a little bit of a break. Maybe once Outlander starts up again next year, I'll be a little bit more inclined to read some more Outlandery books, but right now I just need magic, and a little bit of witchcraft. A lot of bit of witchcraft. I did have a super fun activity last Saturday. Kristen and Tanya, Kristen from Volenvine and Tanya from the Knitting Spring podcast, came up for a visit for the day, and we went to a local winery and had some wine, and then went out and had some lunch on the river, and it was super nice to see them. I usually see them and Jacqueline and Julie and Carlene and Emily and Mina sometimes when she's in the country. But I haven't seen any of them since Vogue, I think, this year. It's been a really busy year. So we have some plans to meet up soon, and I'm super excited to see all of them. It's been a wild year, and I miss our dinners. They're really fun. They're so much fun. And yeah, most of my time has just been I started dyeing and putting together the advent calendars for this year, and I am so excited for these things. I'm just going to need a recording of every single person who bought them to send me a recording of themselves opening each day so I can see their reactions exactly, and because that is going to be my life force this December. Is that thunder? That might be thunder. Yeah, that has eaten up my soul completely this past week, and I'm not mad about it at all. It's been a lot of fun. It's been so much fun. Yeah, I anticipate having not a ton to talk about here, as wedding planning is really picking up. We've gathered now 2 different houses for the centerpieces. All of our centerpieces are going to be lanterns filled with plants inspired by the Hogwarts houses. Hogwarts houses. So we have Slytherin almost done. We just have to get the silver, and we just found Gryffindor. So Gryffindor is now done. We just have to look for, I think Ravenclaw we're going to find more towards the Christmassy area. There are some really pretty bronzes out right now, so I might have to go steal, by steal I mean legally purchase those things. And Hufflepuff, I think we can probably get all year round. But fall is Gryffindor color, so I definitely wanted to get those now that all the fall stuff is officially out and all the Halloween stuff is there. So that has been my life. Just wedding things. I'm hoping this dies down around December and then picks back up in February. That's the dream. We will see. So with that, I'm going to finish my pumpkin coffee, pretend it's a fall breeze and not a storm breeze coming through my windows, and I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.